Hey everyone, today I want to talk about the limited edition Maybelline Dare to Go Nudes Shadow Quads. We have 4 of them in the new limited edition collection. Some of these are winners, some of them remind me of fall, and some of the shades are kind of like, why so sheer, Maybelline? So let's go through some of them right now. I've already posted these swatches on my Instagram, so if you've already seen my Instagram, you already know, you've already seen the swatches, you already know how I feel. But I want to give you guys some live swatches so you can really get a feel for the shades. Let's start with number 115, number 115. Number 115 is Bare It Buff, and this is the sheerest quad of the entire collection, but you have some real winners in this, and I feel like this pairs well with all the other palettes in this collection. So here we go. You can see there's a lot of shimmer in the white. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that, guys. You can see there's a lot of shimmer in the white right here, and the other ones, this one has shimmer too. These two are very sheer. I don't know what's up with my camera right now. These two are very sheer, but they look very well if you're going for that no makeup look. If you want a look that says, hey, I'm not really wearing any makeup today, but my eyes are bright and they're shimmery, and you can kind of see I got something going on, but you don't really know if I'm wearing a lot or a little. It's good for those kind of looks. So let's swatch up. So here's the first shade. As you can see, it's a little bit white, but it's extremely sheer on the skin. I feel like you can't even really see it. But it pairs well with darker colors, and it helps to really sheer them out. That's why I'm surprised they didn't really include too many dark colors in this one. The second shade is kind of like a yellow beigey nude. Is it sad that I don't know where I even swatched because it's so sheer? There you go. You have that. It's a little bit whiter. And then the next one is a pinky shade. So it leans pink. Put that one right there. And then the last one is a brown one with shimmer. And it's got a little bit of golden reflection in it. So you do have one dark shade, but overall this palette is very, very, very light. So I would say, like I said, if you're using this, you can get your no makeup look, or you combine it with one of the darker palettes from the limited edition collection. Let me wipe my hand off. Okay. So the next one we're going to look at is number 120, and this one is Nude Romance. And I personally like this one as one of the best because you get some matte shades in it, and if you're the kind of person that likes to combine your mattes and your shimmers, these two are a must-have because they're similar in shade, but they have 2 different kind of finishes. So as you can see, they're very, very close. I feel like all 4 of these should have been in like just one little package because they all work well together. So let's start up. So the first shade is a matte, I guess eggshell cream kind of color. But it's very matte, perfect to kind of set the eye, set the look. The next shade is a taupe shade, and it's kind of like a grade taupe shade, and I really like it. I accidentally combined them a little bit. I accidentally overlaid them a little bit right in the center, but you can see they really kind of blend well together, and just the formula is fabulous. Very pigmented, great. The next shade is a more, I guess brown, but it's kind of like a taupey brown. I feel like it has like just tad green in it, and it's another matte shade. Really, really pretty. I like it combined with the lighter colors. And then the last shade is a more chocolatey traditional brown. And again, we have another matte shade. So this is more matte, and you can kind of see now why the shimmery shades in this one really match well with this. Because you have your white, your cream, your kind of pinkish shade, which would offset this shade, and then your chocolatey brown, which would offset this. So 2 palettes that should have just either been combined together, or they should have had some of the shades just mixed up a little bit, because I feel like too much matte is just too much matte sometimes. The next one we have is Take It Off. Now this one really confused me because it reminded me so much of palettes they've released before, especially if you've seen the limited edition collections from like last year, last fall, the fall before that. This palette just, I feel like, it's been played out a little bit. I feel like we've seen it before. I went through my archives and I found this one. This is limited edition Violet Femmes. This is limited edition Violet Femmes, and this is limited edition Take It Off. And I feel like the whole color scheme is just very similar. The 2 purples, this shade right here. The whites are a little bit different, but you can see where they got their kind of node from. I can see where they took inspiration from. So if you already have Violet Femmes, you really might not need Take It Off, but if you're a stickler for colors, if you're like, well, there's just that subtle difference, therefore I need it, not a dupe, then you might want to pick up Take It Off. I personally like Take It Off because it's a little bit darker, but it's such a fall palette. It's not spring at all. They should have definitely lightened up the purple a little bit. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't follow trends or follow, you know, any of the rules, then you're gonna like this palette, especially if you're like, I like the darker colors and I don't care what season it is. So we have our first shade. It's a matte yellowed cream color, very easy to work with. Very smooth, no fallout. Then we have a little bit of a purpley plum color right here. And it's got a little bit of that reflection that really makes it a little bit multi-dimensional. Good for smoky eyes. This palette's great for smoky eye. Then we have our brown. Again, pigmented, soft, smooth, easy to work with. And then we have our black. And if you were pissed off that MAC adds carbon to everything, and you were like, where can I get a good black? The black in this palette is fantastic. I wish MAC was this pigmented, this great in quality. It's sad I have to say Maybelline. I wish MAC was like Maybelline. Now, I told you before in the beginning of this video that you can use a lot of these palettes together. I like using these as liners. So I like combining the first two palettes, like the shimmers, the mattes, and then using these three as my liners. Brown, black, plum. Perfect. And you also have the matte color again, so all three work really, really well together. And last but not least, we have Taupe Tease. Now this one is very, very feminine and soft, and they included a black too, so you have a liner. Or smoky eye. You have a lot of things you can do with this one. And I like it because you have the white, you have the nude color, you have a golden color, you have a black color. So it really doesn't matter what kind of look you're trying to create, you can kind of do it with this palette. Kind of reminds me of the three shades in the front, remind me of shades that you can see in the Urban Decay palettes. So this, all four of these really just are like the drugstore Urban Decay Naked palette. That's what it feels like to me, with some like purple thrown in. So it's kind of like, yeah, because you got the rose. The Naked 3 is like rose color, so it's very, very similar. So if you were like, I really want colors that are similar to Urban Decay Naked palettes, you could pick up all four of these and you got all your bases pretty much covered. So let's get this one swatched up. So we have a frosty white shade. Very, very easy to work with. Again, no fallout. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Why can't everything be like this? Then we have a like a yellowed or nude peachy beigey color. And then we've got our shimmery grade taupe. Grade taupe is like everywhere now. And then we have a highly rich pigmented black. So really you can do a soft look, you can do an everyday look, you can use the black as a liner, you can use this as your smoky eye, date night, everyday, perfect. Very versatile shades are just the best. Versatile shades are the best. So each one of these shades, I think they're like $7.99 or $8.99, and they are still popping up in drugstores. I suggest you guys check out the Nude Cheap blog. Google her, she's fantastic. She's got limited edition sighting maps. If you're wondering, where can I find it in my neighborhood, in my city, in my county, in my state, is it even on my coast yet? Check her out. She has that kind of information. I've been told that they're in Harmon's, the Bed Bath Beyond, Walgreens. I'm not sure about Rite Aids, but I've heard of some pop-ups there. So check them out if you are interested in the nude shades that are not really the great quality, pretty much overall. No fallout, no creasing. Use over a primer for it to last longer and for it to be more crease-free. But overall, I really had no problem. Like I said, the first palette was a little bit sheer, but if you use it in conjunction with the other palettes, or you're looking for that no makeup look, you got yourself covered with that first one and the other one. So hooray for Nude. I'm going to have picture swatches. I already have them on my Instagram. And thank you so much for watching. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.